Remote jobs for beginners sound amazing on paper. You picture yourself working from home, skipping the commute, answering a few emails, maybe sitting there with coffee looking all productive and calm. But then you start searching online, and suddenly everything feels confusing. One post says remote work is dying. Another says you need a degree, years of experience, and 10 software certifications just to get an interview. Then somehow every third listing starts sounding like a scam. So let's clear that up. Remote jobs for beginners are absolutely real. They're just not always the jobs people imagine first. A lot of beginners make the mistake of aiming straight for high-level remote roles like project manager, recruiter, strategist, or account executive without having the background those jobs usually require. That's not ambition. That's bad targeting. The better move is to start with entry-level remote roles that reward reliability, communication, and organization. That usually means jobs like customer service, virtual assistant work, admin support, information clerk roles, basic bookkeeping support, and in some cases medical records work. Customer service is one of the clearest starting points because the duties are easy to understand. You're helping customers, answering questions, solving problems, documenting what happened, and using company systems correctly. It's not glamorous, but it teaches real remote work habits fast. You learn how to communicate clearly, stay calm, and manage tasks in real time. Virtual assistant roles are another smart option, especially if you're organized. A lot of beginner-friendly VA work includes scheduling, inbox management, research, file organization, and routine follow-up. It's one of those jobs where you don't need to look impressive. You need to look dependable. And honestly, that is the big theme with remote jobs for beginners. Employers are not asking, "Is this person fascinating?" They're asking, "Can this person handle the work without creating problems?" That means your skills matter, but maybe not in the way you think. You don't need to know everything. You do need to write clearly, reply on time, use common work tools, and show that you can stay organized. If you can use email, shared docs, spreadsheets, calendars, and video calls without getting lost, you already have a useful base. Where people really get into trouble is the job search itself. Because once you start looking for remote jobs, you also run into fake recruiters, fake listings, and those ridiculous scams where someone says you'll make easy money doing tasks online. The biggest red flag is simple. If a job wants you to pay money, send sensitive information too early, or move everything to WhatsApp or Signal before a proper interview, you should walk away. A real employer doesn't need your bank information before they've even interviewed you properly. A real employer also doesn't need to pressure you into acting fast. Scammers love urgency because urgency kills common sense. So what should you actually do if you're a beginner? First, stop applying randomly. Search for role families instead of only dream titles. That means customer support, admin support, virtual assistant, junior bookkeeping, or records-related roles. Second, tailor your resume a little for each application. Not for an hour. Just enough so the employer can clearly see the connection between your experience and the job. And here's something a lot of beginners overlook. You can turn everyday experience into job-ready proof. Maybe you helped manage appointments, handled customer questions, organized school projects, tracked information in spreadsheets, or coordinated things for a family business. That counts. The trick is how you describe it. Instead of writing vague lines like good with people or hard worker, write specific proof. Manage schedules. Handled follow-ups. Organized documents. Responded to customer questions. Learned new tools quickly. That kind of language feels real because it is real. You can also create a tiny portfolio, a sample spreadsheet, a mock calendar, a professional email response, a research document. That small effort can make a huge difference when you don't have formal experience yet. The bottom line is this. Your first remote job probably won't be your forever job, and that's fine. It's supposed to be your entry point. Your job right now is not to impress everyone. It's to make one employer feel confident enough to say yes. So be practical. Aim at real beginner roles. Build proof, not fluff. Watch out for scams. And keep going long enough for the process to start making sense. Because once you get that first remote job, the second one gets a whole lot easier.